Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to this newest installation of Checkmate. Tonight we'll be talking about the release of Big Meech. Yes, Big Meech has been released. Sentenced to a 30-year prison term. He got early release this week. He was supposed to be getting out in 2025. I believe it was March of 2025. But he has been released in October of 2024, a little early. Where do we go from here with Big Meech? I mean, he's basically one of the biggest names in hip hop, and he's never spit around. He's one of the biggest names in dope dealing and street business. And I've basically never seen the guy, but his name precedes him. If you've tuned into the BMF series that was playing on Stars, executive produced by 50 Cent, you would be able to get a little background on Big Meech and the BMF family. This is very surprising news. We're trying to watch and see how the hip hop community reacts once he gets free. What level is he going to come back on? We know he's not going to come back as like any level less than he was when he left. Once a general, always a general. Once you make it to the highest echelon of your craft, the highest spot of what you do, and let's say you have to take a break, due to whatever it may be, whatever the circumstance may be. When you come back, you don't come back as someone lower than where you were. You come back at least where you were. So if you were a general and you took a little time off, when you get back, you're most certainly going to still be a general. So General Big Meech is home. I want to see what Blue Da Vinci has to say. I want to see what Young Jeezy has to say, or Jeezy now. I want to see how they react. I want to see how his brother Terry reacts. Because there's been quite a bit of controversy, he say, she say. There's been some snitching going on. So all of this stuff is going to have to get rectified. Who better to do the job than the boss himself, Big Meech? I'm sure he's going to get a spot as an executive producer for Power or BMF. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to get a spot as an executive producer for BMF, being that he knows all the information. Who can tell the story better than the person who was involved in the story? Who could tell the movie better than the person that the movie is about? Very interesting. If you ask me, I think you're going to start to see CEOs and company heads from all over reaching out to him to try to ink him and sign him on some sort of promotional situation, because his name is just so big. Hell, Rick Ross did a whole song about him and Larry Hoover. He put him on the level of Larry Hoover. And the song was a smash hit. So this guy, man, he's a boss, man. He's a big boss. And to see the big boss get free while we're in a climate of where they're locking up all, everybody who's pretty big and black. If you got bread, if you're influential, they're locking your ass up. They're locking you up. So it's good to see one of the bosses get released. Now, needless to say, he's probably going to have to go to a halfway house for a little while. I don't know how long that usually takes. It's like 6 months to a year or something. Live underneath that that protocol, live underneath those guidelines. But he still can get out here and get his hands on the money. He can still make moves. And I believe we're about to see quite a few new moves from Big Meech. I think you guys should probably look out for some interviews, some appearances, popping out on shows, things of that nature. But I know that it's about to be Big Meech season. The big boss is free. It's crazy. I mean, the same year that they freed World Boss, they freeing BMF Boss. That's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, let's keep our eyes peeled. Let's see what's next for Big Meech. This has been Checkmate.